welcome once again to Ruby's Classic Cooking. And today I'm not cooking, I'm doing something I do every week, which is I'm checking out my grocery store flyers. And do you know why I spend time with my grocery store flyers? Because this is the key to saving you hundreds and hundreds of dollars in your groceries. And you can save, you can save $50 or $60 a week with your grocery flyers. And that's not an exaggeration. Okay, this week I'm looking at cheese. I'm going to be buying this week, and it's normally $8 a package, and it's on for $4.47 a package on Thursday and Saturday only this week. And I'm going to be buying, let's see now, icing sugar, confectioner sugar, a whole kilo of that, which is about 2.2 pounds. No, that's 1.1 pounds, sorry. 1.1 pound, and that's $1.88, which is normally $2.50, $3. There's a cross-rib roast that's on sale for $4.88 a pound, which is what is it, about $10.76 a kilo. Normally that would be almost double that for that price. So every week there's things on special, and those are the ones I target to buy. Like last week, chicken was on sale for $1.99 a pound, which is $4.39 a kilo. And this week, it's $4.99 a pound. And it's, so it's like if you want to buy a chicken, last week it would have cost you $7.50. This week it probably cost you more like $15 for the same size chicken. Yeah, this week turkey's on sale for $2.50 a pound, which is $5.49 a kilo. And that is about half of what it normally is, even more than half of what it is normally. So that's not a cheap price for turkey, mind you, because we're accustomed to turkey at $1.79 a pound or less, $1.69 a pound even. But this year the price of turkeys are up, the price of chicken is up, the price of beef is up, the price of pork is up. Pork roast that used to cost you $1.49 a pound is now the cheapest price you can find is $2.50 a pound. So, you know, there's a lot of up here on the prices of things and not a lot of down. And so I go through my flyers every week. I look for cheese, I look for butter, I look for coffee and tea and things that I use every day, sugar and oil and all kinds of things like that and normal staples, especially things like meat. And every week I buy whatever's on sale, and that is what we eat, and that saves me about double what it would normally cost, what it would cost if I didn't pay attention to these flyers. Plus which, if there happened to be sold out of something that's in the flyer, like meat or whatever, you can go to the customer service desk and get a rain check. And that means right now rain checks don't expire, so next time I'm in the store, when I have it in stock, I can get it for the sale price. I mean, I shocked the guy at the meat department one day when I bought chicken. I had a rain check for them and it was half of what they were going out for that day. And he was like, that's only $7 for your chicken instead of being $15. And I said, that's the value of having a rain check. And that's quite true. Oh, if you're a person who goes in and buys skinless, boneless chicken breasts every week because, well, that's what you want, maybe you should rethink that. In the light of how much more groceries are costing us and how much more food is costing us, do you really need to have skinless, boneless chicken breast and that's the only thing you're going to look at? Or are you going to look at those chicken legs that are on for 99 cents or $1.50 a pound this week? Or are you going to look at those pork chops that are on for $1.50 a pound because they're a mixed pack of pork chops? If you can find some that look half decent, you can get a really good deal on some good pork chops. And then I take the less good ones and I turn those into pulled pork. So, you can buy when steak or beef is on sale and you can get a cheap steak and make it into something like Salisbury steak, which is a pounded steak, and you cook it low and slow. Or you can take that meat and cut it into thin strips and have a beef stir fry. Or you can take that roast and cut it into chunks and make stew beef. When a cross-rib roast is $4.99 a pound, and stew meat is $6.99 a pound. Which one are you going to buy? If you buy the stew meat, you're paying $6.99 a pound for someone else to cut the meat up into cubes. If you buy the roast yourself, you take your sharp knife and you cut that into cubes, and you just saved yourself $2 a pound. It's your money. So personally, I'd like to save $2 a pound. Plus, you can use that for other things besides stew meat. I can take that same beef and cut thin slices off it and have a stir fry. Or, you can cut a steak off of it. When I get, sometimes I will buy a pork tenderloin, a boneless pork tenderloin, and I'll cut off slices, inch-thick slices off the end. And you know what? I've got myself some gorgeous tenderloin pork chops, boneless tenderloin pork chops. And they were whatever price it was per pound for that. And it takes me a few minutes with a sharp knife to cut that off. And then I package them up myself and I put them in my freezer. I label them and I date them. And then when I'm looking at, but let's have some pork chops for supper tonight, I reach down in my freezer and get some out. Or I buy, right now I have an opportunity to buy a 5-pound box of really good, nicely made sausages for $20 for 5 pounds of gorgeous sausages. So I'll buy those sausages, and they're all frozen, and I will package those up for my husband and myself. We'll usually eat about 8 because they're just the skinny ones, look like little skinny hot dogs, and that's what we'll eat for a meal. And we get those out and cook them up, and we'll have sausages and bacon, or sausages and French toast, or whatever, for a meal. So you can eat well and save money at the same time. And this week they've got grapes on sale. Well, I haven't bought grapes in a long time, so I might go out and pick up some grapes this week. Last week I found a great deal on olive oil, so I bought a big jug of olive oil. If you go shopping at the big box stores, sometimes they have really good deals on things like cake mixes or brownie mixes that are but you have to be doing the math all the time. And if you can't do the math in your head, then take a calculator, your phone with you, and make sure you're doing the math. Also, that's one tip for saving money in the grocery store. Another big tip is watch when you're buying, where you're buying from. Because one of their cute tricks that they accidentally do in the grocery store sometimes is, you go in, you're buying hamburgers on sale lean hamburgers on for $4.99 a pound, right? $8.80 a kilo. Great. Okay, so you go up to the thing to buy your hamburger, and you grab a pack, you throw it in your cart, and you take off. When you get home, that's not the lean hamburger, the lean that was on sale. It's actually medium hamburger, and you know what? It's more expensive because it wasn't on special. So they just got you to buy the lower quality hamburger and pay more money for it because you didn't read the label before you picked up the package. Oops, that was a mistake. Somebody accidentally put the wrong hamburger underneath the big sign. Well, you need to look at that when you're picking it up, and if it doesn't say lean and it doesn't say the price that's on special, put it back, and then if you can't find any, talk to the guy at the meat department. Because if they're sold out of the lean, they'll take the signs down. And another time, reading the flyers, they had the really nice Saputo mozzarellissimo cheese, 500 grams, which is a little better than a pound of cheese. And it was 2 packages for $10. But if you didn't go in there knowing that from having read the flyer, there was no signage up anywhere saying that anywhere. So it was still advertised as $5.50 a package. So if you didn't bring 2 packages over to the checkout, you didn't get the special. And the special price was in the computer, and it rang up that price. But there was no indication anywhere else. So if you didn't read the flyer, you wouldn't know that. Now, I like my paper flyers like these guys here, but if you don't like having paper flyers around, you can get something called the Flip app, FLIPP, and that is an app that goes on your phone, on your computer, on your laptop, on your tablet, and you can look that up. All you do is you plug in your local area code, postal code, not area code, your postal code or your zip code, and that gives you the flyers in your local area and all the prices for all the flyers. And you can make up your grocery list. You can go, okay, does anybody have cheese on special this week? And in theory, it will look up cheese. Although you might get who knows what. I've looked up, what did I look up one time? And I got some very strange responses from but that's okay. That's all part of computers and working and living with computers, right? Anyway, this week coffee is on sale at one of the grocery stores for $11.99 a package, which isn't the most fabulous price I've ever seen in my life. But considering it's usually $16.99 for exactly the same packaging, I'm going to be saving $7 on each package that I buy. Because next week, when it's not on sale, it'll be back up to $17.99. So that's how you save money at the grocery store using your flyers. Simple, easy, direct. And sometimes you have to look at the price per unit, because sometimes what's on special isn't the cheapest price. That's kind of weird. That's where your calculator comes in and you figure out, especially when you're buying something like toilet paper and paper towels, they make it deliberately confusing so you can't figure out what's the best buy. And Kleenex, it's really hard. So get out your calculator, sharpen up your math skills, and save yourself money on things like Kleenex, toilet paper, and paper towels, stuff like that. Things people use every day. And you know what? If you find it for a good deal, it doesn't go bad. But don't go absolutely crazy like everybody did, in the spring of 2020, buying every scrap of toilet paper there was. I'm like, people, you don't need 500 rolls of toilet paper. We live in Canada. There are tons and tons of trees. And you know what? They make toilet paper here in Canada. And guess what? There's no shortage of trees. They're going to make the toilet paper out of the trees. And there's going to be lots of toilet paper. But there was a shortage because, guess what? If every single person in your town decided, okay, right now, today, in 5 minutes, I'm going to jump in my car and go to the garage and get gas for my car, guess what? There'd be a lineup around the block, right? And the gas station would probably run out of gas. But you know what? There's no shortage. It's just that sort of thing is kind of averaged out to how many people on average come in to fill up, blah, 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 right? If everybody were to decide to all do it all at once, yeah, there's going to be a shortage. But it's an artificial shortage. So it will sort itself out when people stop panicking about it, right? Eat better for less. Another thing I'll tell you is watch out for those prepackaged things, because the prepackaged, pre-done meals are usually way more expensive than doing it yourself, because you're paying somebody $20 an hour to chop up those vegetables or do whatever. And you know what? You get yourself a sharp knife in your kitchen and a few knife skills and you can do it yourself. So if you're buying a package to stir fry and you're buying all your vegetables pre-chopped up in a little nice neat little package, so you can just open it and pour it in your thing, think about how much money you could save by chopping up an onion and chopping up peppers and chopping up things like that yourself, not paying somebody else $15 an hour or $20 an hour to do it for you, right? It can get pretty expensive that way. Anyway, or buying pre-made, pre-frozen things that are not nearly as good as you can make at home. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video today, and I hope you will watch me next time on Ruby's Classic Cooking when I'm going to be actually cooking something. So bye for now.